Alrighty. Alright. Checking to see if everything worked. How everybody doing? Let me get what that happened to my other glove. Oh, there it is. Alrighty, hey, I am in Ganyu Cosplay. Thanks to everybody voting on the Ganyu Cosplay. How is everybody doing? Uh, actually, I'm actually taking a snack right now. But, I am chilling in my Ganyu Cosplay. I do appreciate everybody who voted for Ganyu. And then I will work on Tanari next. Um, Tanari will be my next idea. So, but that is what I am working on. Hopefully, I will maybe get to work on a little bit more content for Ganyu, and then I'll switch over to Tanari. But hey. Oh yeah. And let me see if I could possibly maybe get some music maybe going. We'll see if I could get some music going. If I could get some music going. If. And if anybody got any questions, feel free to ask. So feel free to ask. But I hope everybody doing how y'all doing today. And if you got any questions about Genshin, I play Honkai Star Rail. I also play a couple of other things. So, but let me get back into my gloves and stuff because I had me something to drink on. But I will see if I could try to get some music up. I'm also gonna be kind of like changing out on some of my audio stuff too when I get a chance. So we will see how things work out. But if you got any questions, feel free to ask. I'm just putting my gloves back on. But I'm just kind of like chilling and going you. And thanks for everybody voting. But yeah, let me like I said, set up my music, and if any of y'all got any questions y'all want to ask, feel free. Let me look it up over here. Okay, got them hooked up. Now, do I have anything in here? Probably not. Like I said. And thank you for the likes, much appreciated. Took me a bit to get on. I was trying to get some content together and get some stuff made. So, I was trying to find some audios for Ganyu, which I pretty much then went through most of all of my audios for Ganyu. So I kind of like, hopefully I ended up passing through on a couple of more. So I made it work. I made it work. I made it work. I made it work, but that's okay. And let me go and get me some batteries. But like I said, thank you for the likes. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. And let me get some batteries real quick. Let's see. Double S. Oops. Alright, get that one out the floor. And then that'll do. But I appreciate the likes. Thank you. You can tell I'm so happy to be in Ganyu though. I love doing Ganyu cosplay. I hope that one day I end up actually being able to actually get Ganyu's well, I mean, I do like Ganyu's actual cosplay, but I kinda like the skin one better though. That's just my personal preference. I like Ganyu skin one a little bit better. So that's kind of what kind of gave me my idea on this one right here is seeing that one. So that kind of gave me an idea, but maybe one day I'll be able to get like Ganyu's actual stuff. All right. Alright, got the music set up. And if y'all got any questions, feel free to ask. I'm just kind of like chilling this evening in Ganyu and kind of just making most of the afternoon. I would have got on a little bit earlier, but it was also kind of like storms going on too, so I kind of had to watch the weather before I got into cosplay. And then also I tried something over on YouTube as well. 50-50. 50-50. Hold on, wait a minute. Who's this? Alright, I'm gonna let you up, Mia, but please be respectful as you come up in the box.
Hi.
Hi.
How's your day going?
I am good.
I love your cosplay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I hate when people just come up here and just be hating, and I hate that. It's just rude and disrespectful.
Well, I just have to be careful about who I let up in the box because I have had situations of people actually just saying stuff to try to get my live uh access taken. So unfortunately, some of us have to be a little bit careful about who we let up in the box, and then also just cosplay community and drama. I try to keep as much of that away and just kind of like chill.
But if you ever want to, you can follow me, and I will tell all my other followers on my other account on my other phone to follow you. You can get, like, I have 3,000 followers on my other account.
I appreciate that. If they want to follow me, I've already, before I had a 10K account at one point, and at this point I'm just kind of like chill for the ride, pretty much at this point because of the way things are going on with TikTok. But I do appreciate that. Thank you. I will follow you back.
And have a good day, and God bless you.
All right, you too, and thank you for coming through. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
You take care and stay safe.
Have a nice day.
You too. Bye. Hey, Manny, how you doing? What's going on? How are you doing today? But what's going on with you? Always good to see you. All right. All right, I followed Mia back. Because I do a follow for follow. I try to do a follow for follow. And I'm a genuine follow. I stay. I'm a person that stays. So, but if anybody got any questions, anything they want to ask, feel free. I'm chilling up in Ganyu Cosplay. I actually do Ganyu Cosplay, and I sadly don't have Ganyu for Genshin. I would love to have Ganyu. I would love to have Ganyu on my stuff. So hopefully, maybe I will one day. Um, I had to choose this time around getting Kanich or trying on the Chronicle battle for Chiori. Chiori is another one that I kind of like wanted to get for fun. I'm basically then got all the characters for Genshin that I didn't want it already. So, it's down to just characters I just never did get a chance to get either because they only had like one banner run so far or I just never got a chance to get them or never had enough primo gems to try on any of their banners. So, so I'm just at chill mode with Genshin right now. And then also with all the stuff going on with the age verification stuff that's going on as well, which I didn't expect that video to blow up like that. But I do understand some people's concerns on that because that is kind of like crazy that they would now be asking for something like that. That's something that should have been like OG beginning. That should have been OG beginning. Uh OG beginning thing. So I don't know why they ended up doing that. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody know about that. But that is the kind of crazy thing about the uh, age verification.
Sorry that I'm back again, but
Oh no.
I seen your one of your videos of you cosplaying as Deku. There's a YouTuber called Pixel Drink, and you should go follow him. He's a huge YouTuber, and a few weeks ago or a month ago, he lost half of his subscribers, and he's just low. He's just lonely, and people are just against him. So he's like a
Well,
content.
I mean, I do understand that. I mean, I use Pixel Dink's audios, and I don't really personally have an issue with him, but regarding the situation in general, is a situation that unfortunately happened with them not fully explaining a skit that they was gonna do with another cosplayer, which caused them to have a panic attack when they done the skit. And so, they asked them to not post the video, and they ended up still posting the video. So, that's kind of like one of the main situations. I have no problem with that person at all, cause like I said, I use their audios all the time, and it happens with creators, but it's just the fact that they never did go out to that Bakugo cosplayer and apologize for causing them distress, and then it all getting recorded and put online. So I never saw an apology. Maybe the apology did get done, but that's kind of just one of the things that kind of like happened. And yes, I know people be lonely and do things, but also with that situation, they should have explained what was the skit in detail, and when they dressed up as Deku and like was screaming, it threw that Bakugo cosplayer to have a panic attack because they don't like people yelling at them. So, I never found out if they actually did apologize, but several people who was there and at the time of that situation, just asked that, hey, please take down the video. And I don't know if they ever took down the video in question, but a lot of people got upset over that because the Bakugo cosplayer actually asked them to, hey, take the video down.
I get
So
it.
that's kind of like some of the situations. I don't exactly know any of the other stuff, but I just know that was the main issue with a lot of people of them not fully explaining their skits, and then when they do the skits, it throws the cosplayer off. And unfortunately, that Bakugo cosplayer had a very bad reaction.
I get it.
So, you know. So I don't know if they ever did apologize and take the video down. If they did it, that's good. But if they haven't, that's kind of like various one of the issues that a lot of people have with them just not respecting people boundaries, especially when recording. That is a very big issue, especially with the situation that happened at DreamCon. Um, with them, DreamCon is not really kind of like an anime convention. It's more of just an all-purpose everything. But it's just the fact that this year the social media people kind of came up into the space and kind of like, especially with cosplayers and other people, kind of didn't bother asking permission to be recorded. And also, another thing is you have to be careful when people come up to you in cons and do those questionnaire things or ask you questions. You have to ask them, hey, what are the questions you gonna ask me before you put me on camera and ask stuff? Because that was a couple of the situations, people coming up there, asking off the wall questions and throwing people off guard, then posting that stuff. So, it was just unfortunately like a lot of situations, especially with DreamCon, and then also with the fact that a lot of people who don't even cosplay or do all that anime stuff actually came up into that space and harassed a couple of the cosplayers there. So, or film them without their permission. So that's why a lot of people say cosplay is not consent, because you need to ask the cosplayer, "Hey, can I get a picture? Can I touch your prop?" You know, this is kind of cosplay etiquette and stuff that a lot of people have forgotten. Another thing, wear deodorant, wash your cosplays, wash your wigs, but those are kind of like some of the main things that's going on right now. Is basically people stepping over, cosplayers, anime content creators, or just stepping up in people's boundaries without, asking, even taking pictures, as a cosplayer, long as you ask me, I don't mind. Take a picture. But if I'm on break, I'm eating something, or I'm fixing my cosplay, don't come up and just try to snap a picture. Give me a minute to get myself together so I can take a picture for you, and also, you know, not everybody like to be hugged either, so you gotta also ask, hey, can I hug you? Hey, do you mind if I take a picture and keep it friendly? Oh my God, I love your Ganyu cosplay. Thank you. Thank you, Chicken Little. So yeah. So I don't know if that situation ever got resolved. I do know there was some other couple of misunderstandings that happened. So, I never found out if stuff like that got resolved. All right. Hey, you slave. Thank you. Thank you. But that's just some of the things that happen, especially with the DreamCon situation and stuff. And it's influencers, but most of the influencers that went there this year was kind of on the negative side. So it was a lot of people that got kind of like really upset. That people came up in their space and was kind of like super rude to them, and that's their space. So, but I'm like, hopefully that everything will work itself out, and maybe next year, hopefully it won't be as bad as it was, but it did ruin the mood for a couple of people. So I know a lot of other people that I've seen across my For You page that just said they just not coming back next year. They gonna go on somewhere else. So, which is understandable. But yeah. But if anybody got any questions, feel free to ask. Like I said, I'm just kind of like chilling today in Ganyu, and I do appreciate everybody who voted too. Thank you. I was not expecting. For a few minutes, it was kind of like a fight for the finish between Ganyu and Tanari. So you know, so I really thanks to everybody going out there out of their way to kind of help that. Cause I was like, for a minute, I was like, okay, which cosplayers I'm gonna end up doing? Cause it was like, I checked every evening, and I'm like, it was at a draw for a while, and I was like, dang. Oh, thanks for coming through. But let's see what else going on. I actually need to get on Genshin today, so let me try to go on and so my friend came up there to talk to you. Yeah, yeah, I appreciate it. What you asking? Oh, now, uh, some comments were filtered through the TikTok system. Thank you. Have a good day. But yes, Mia came up there and stuff, and we had a conversation. Yeah, and I appreciate that. I would normally like I try to have more people to come up in my box and stuff, but I've been having a lot of people that's been kind of disrespectful lately, so that's why I haven't been doing that as much. Can you say happy birthday? Oh, happy birthday to Mia and Maya. Happy birthday. But yeah, so I do have to be a little bit careful about who I let up in my box, because a lot of people um have a tendency to come up in the box and say some stuff that sometimes can get people's lives hit, or say some stuff that's kind of like out of pocket. So I do have to be careful about who I do let up in my box, and I do open up the box to my mutuals to come up, but you know A lot of people, I try to keep my lives like anti-drama, especially with the cosplay community, and all the dramas that go off in it, or even, dramas with other cosplayers. Like, some stuff you need to like do in private. It shouldn't be out in a public forum. Unless you make it public, then um you set yourself up for things to happen. So let's put it like that. So a lot of people don't wanna go live with me just because I'm that type of person. Now, if the question does end up presenting itself, I will be a referee and, work it out. But at the end of it, I will say, hey, if y'all need to talk about it, um, we can have a video call and y'all can hash it out. But there is a lot of people, unfortunately, especially in the cosplay community, but this is also the anime community, the art community, all the other kind of communities that love and feed on talking about stuff out in a public forum and talking their dramas out in a public forum. And a lot of people don't realize that by doing that, your friends get caught up in your stuff by association, and that's what I done ran into just by me being in association with uh friends of a friend or friends in that group or somebody in that group. The people that have an issue with that particular person will come to me and have an attitude towards me, and I'm just there. Like, like I'm the person that will just, like, if you have a live, I'll just come up in there, and I'll either be playing a video game, my camera will either be off, or I'll be in cosplay. Either of those three, and I'll just be minding my business and stuff. And if you ask me something or ask me a question, I don't mind. But if you start to get disrespectful or some stuff start going down, I'ma just go on and hop off. you know. And I've had to be a referee for too much stuff, so you know. So so that's why I kind of like try to and then also I try to make sure I open the floor for cosplayers that probably don't do lives like this or public with they cosplays, or would like to test out, being, in a public setting with their cosplays, or come up in the box to show their cosplay and chill in their cosplay. I don't mind doing that. But as long as you are, respectful, and then if things get heated, back off and step down, or, I try to, work it out, but I try to keep my life super chill and relaxing. We just all here to kind of like, ooh, like, yeah, like I enjoy doing Ganyu cosplay. Even though I don't have Ganyu, I enjoy doing her cosplay. I would love to get her in Genshin, but with the way Genshin is right now, especially with them not rotating their banners enough or rotating their characters enough, unfortunately, Genshin gonna lose a lot of people, or people just gonna leave Genshin and come back when something is interesting for them. And that's kind of like some of the points that's going on with Genshin as a whole. They are getting to a point like y'all need to start working on y'all end content. Ganyu is my main and second 5-star character I got. Awesome, awesome. Yes, yes. Cool, chicken little. Cool. Well, I hope maybe one day I will by chance get get Ganyu, but at this point right now, I pretty much done got all the characters that I've wanted for Genshin. I've pretty much gotten all the questions that all the characters I've wanted so far. Ganyu and Chiori is kind of like my extra. Same thing like I just gave a few tries to try to get Aoife, and I got Aoife. You know, I just kind of like my main last character that I was kind of like really super interested in was Risley originally. I'm like he was like my last character that I wanted to get because the last time I did his banner, I didn't get him. So, and it was a bit of a struggle to get him. It was really a big struggle, and then also with the fact that Genshin didn't really have enough events going on for me. I had kind of like did all the events, and I kind of like skipped the banner before, so I had enough to make it. But it shouldn't be like that. I had to prioritize skipping a lot of banners to get to Ryo, and then they made it like a super struggle to get him. So that's also another thing. Don't get me wrong, I love Genshin, but that's also some of the other things that a lot of players are going through. I know Genshin is a gacha game, and that's the whole point, got you. But also at the same time, people want to go on and get their characters that they want. And so that's kind of like one of the things right now that's kind of like holding Genshin back is if they don't go on and start putting their characters on a proper rotation, then they gon' people gonna go elsewhere. But I'm a multi-game player anyway, so Genshin is not my only game I play. So you really strong for that. I have a gambler mentality. Like I can't save my wishes. Oh, don't get me wrong. It was hard. Oh my goodness, it was hard. Especially when also Venti was another one kind of like out there for fun. Especially when Venti came around, and I literally kind of like had to hold myself back. I did make like two tries on his banner, but after those two tries didn't work, I said I had to pack it up because I'm like I got another character coming that I want to get. So I had to pack it up and just you know next time, Venti, next time, next time. But yeah, I'm like, besides Ganyu, Chiori, Venti, them kind of like the last three that I would kind of be looking for Genshin characters. But I can actually say I've gotten all the characters that I want off of Genshin. It's just unfortunately I did lose my old account, the account that I OG started with Genshin. I don't know what happened, if I got hacked or something else. And Genshin really didn't help me with it, so that also kind of brought me back down to earth because I did start out in the beginning kind of play to win, but then after that happened, I said, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And like I will occasionally get Welkin if I need it, but that's only if I'm able. And yeah, it is a gambling addiction. So I had to say, well, Ryo coming up, I have to stop everything I'm doing and just gonna have to miss every banner coming up. And luckily I did that. Cause I would have not got him. I personally would have loved to have got like a C4 Ryo. I really would have loved to have got C4 Ryo, but mm-mm. Excuse me, I'm sneezing, y'all. Sorry. Let me see. What is my drink? Let me give me a sip here. I can't have water on the camera. Not on here anyway. Everywhere else I can. But yeah. But I've gotten pretty much all my characters I've wanted out of Genshin so far, except them three, and I'm good. But that also, just taught me that Genshin don't really look out for they players sometimes. So I have to watch. I'm back. Oh, hey, Daryl. Hey, it's Kami. Kami. Okay, you want me to call you Kami? Okay. But welcome back from Genshin. Okay. but yeah, I just kind of like at this point that them the only three other characters I want off of Genshin: Venti, Ganyu, and Chiori. And then also at the same time, I'm okay if I don't get that character. I'm also alright if I don't ever get them characters because I've gotten everything else so far. Most of the characters I got them when they was having their second rerun because I missed their first rerun. But those are the only three. And then I was really happy when I got Kanich, which that was also a fight to the finish to save too. So I was kind of really happy about that, and I've already got Raiden Shogun. It's just the only thing I need to do for Raiden Shogun. Thank you for the likes, much appreciated. The only thing I gotta do for Raiden Shogun is decide if I am going to uh get the catch. I really don't like Genshin's fishing. That's not my cup of tea. Uh Farming on Genshin is boring. Meanwhile, Woo has a lot of events for me to do. And yeah, that's another reason like I'm still fooling with Genshin and doing things on Genshin, but I'm more of an exploration person. I'm more of a, traveling to different worlds and going through Genshin than most of what they got going on. And then yeah, the lack of events. That's another big issue with Genshin. They do not have enough events. And yeah, I am also currently playing Wuwa as well. Uh, I'm trying to see if I can save up enough to try on the other banner before it ends. But I might not be able to get her character. But so far, I've pretty much gotten all the characters that I wanted off of Wuwa. Um, the only one that's kind of like eluded me off of Wuwa, I would say, is thank y'all for the likes. Would be Yulin, the redhead, like OG redhead that jiggle physics. She is the only one that I have not been able to get. And I'm a Jin Yan main, by the way. I'm Jin Yan. My second is Kalchiro, and probably if I can get him built properly, I would probably do Brent. What is Wua? Wua is known as Withering Waves. Yuthering waves. Withering, like plant withering, but it's called Withering Waves. It's just it's similar to Genshin, but on Wua they have a lot of events, more events than they do on Genshin. So you can at least by the end of an event have enough to do almost a full 10 pool. But it's not similar to Genshin, but it is it's a game kind of like world opening. It has co-op, and you can kind of like build your characters. I don't know many characters from Rua. I want Phoebe, or however you spell it. She's pretty. Rua is more detailed and seen basically more than Genshin. Yeah. Now I will say on Rua, they do have a broader expansion on the characters, the storyline, and stuff like that, and also if you want to, even if you pick the MC, just like Genshin, you have the film MC, Lume, and then Aether. On Withering Waves, you can actually switch between the two, the male and film rover. Like currently right now, I am doing the film rover right now. I'm originally the male rover. 70 in 2 hours. Yeah. And that's the thing I do like about Woowa. They have several events going on. Like this event that the events they done had so far. So far I done went through like what, 8 events. They got 8 events running right now, and then just added 2 more yesterday. So, that's why a lot of people talk about Wu a lot. And then also, yeah, the character designs are very nice as well. But they more for the attention gaze. so so a little more detail there. I've more had than 8 since kind of new, but it's definitely fun. Yeah. Of course, they do keep some events on the side that's like permanent. So if you don't end up finishing, you can come back to it. So yeah, it is more than 8. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot, and that's kind of what I like about Woo. Is they have enough events that I can at least get close enough to do at least maybe a full one pool of 10 and a little bit over. And the only thing is, I'm not sure if they really have like a 50-50 system. I think it's just a straight up, you gotta get 80 to get the character. Uh, they say they have a 50-50, but I don't think they do. And my pet peeve is when Genshin has a limit on the boss and talents. Yeah, now Wuwa does have a limit on the like main boss material for some of your characters. You can only do 3 times a week, but everything else, those domains are open all the time. So like the main boss monster that you need the amount for your character is only 3 times a week, but it can range from how much you can get. Like in Genshin, we might get 1 or 2, but in Wua, you can probably maybe even get up to 3 or 4 pieces. So even though it's 3 a week, you can steal. You can steal. get enough to kind of like at least do 4 out of the 5 openings for your character to unlock it in skills. So I will say that's a big difference. As whereas in Genshin, it takes a lot, and you constantly doing repetition, have to wait for certain days. Most of everything in Wua is open, and you could go back every day. So I do like that. The only thing is they do have the 3 bosses a week. Still not built. Yeah, I mean, in any gotcha game, I'm gonna be honest on that. On any gotcha game, like you still got to build the character, and it does take a long time either way it go. But if I had to rate between Genshin, Wuwa, and Honkai Star Rail is another. Hey Monroe. I know I saw you earlier. I'm sorry I didn't speak to you. Between those 3, I would have to unfortunately put Genshin at the end. They will be in third. As far as building characters, I will put Honkai Star Rail as second because I can still get a lot, but it still takes a long time, especially when you start to work on the talent part. Well, they don't call it talents; they call it something else. But Woo, I like that you kind of can get through pretty fast and at least get some of your stuff leveled. But now, once you start getting to that third top tier of leveling, then it does start to get hard, though. I have never played Honkai Star Rail. A lot of people don't like Honkai Star Rail because it is turn based. So if you're not a person that likes turn based, it's not really for you. But a lot of people like Honkai Star Rail because just like Wuwa, you can skip through a lot of the storyline. That's another thing that a lot of people like on Woo. Like they literally have something where, like, if you want to skip a story, you can just press a button and they'll say, "Now you gonna miss out on da 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 da." You can keep on going and get straight to the point. Honkai Star Rail, you still go through some dialogue, but you can speed it up a little bit as well. Oh, I read that is her, not HSR. But yeah, Honkai Star Rail, you can still kind of skip through dialogue a little bit. It's just not a lot of people like turn based games. And then also currently right now with Honkai Star Rail, they did bring out their last character, Castorise, which is like a lady of death with a big giant dragon, and they kind of gave her a buff that kind of like affects everybody across the board, and not a lot of people are happy about it. I don't have Castorise, so I haven't seen the effect on me, but some people do have a problem with. Some people have the power creep system to them. They just need to rebuff the OG characters. They need to get him a buff. If they can go on and get him a buff, then we'll be back in business. But I still use the OG characters. I also dislike how Genshin community, but its Woo community is great. I haven't. I've only ran into like 2 people kind of being a little bit rude on Woo Woo, but overall, yeah, everybody else has been super chill on Woo Woo. Genshin could be really good, but the problem is they have a lot of issues, especially when it comes to shipping wars, and also there's a lot of noise going on. It might be some lightning. What was I saying? The big other issue with Genshin is that they besides the ships, people have been very rude to me on telling me that I need to up my world. Like for the longest I spent like probably a year to maybe probably like 2 years at 45. And I was comfortable with that. And the fact that you have to up your world for your friend to be able to come into your world and you can't go into somebody else's world is kind of super annoying. And also a lot of people, even though I don't know I like to build characters with what I got in Genshin. Also, a lot of people in Genshin will have an argument with you over what you should have on the character, and we are all not getting the same artifacts, and so it should not matter what you do. And I will also say my biggest pet peeve with the Genshin community, when I ask for builds, when I ask you for a build on a character and stuff, I'm like, show your build. Like, people are going to do all these videos, they doing this awesome damage and all that stuff. Show your full build. It ain't no use in hoarding it. You know, not everybody gonna get the same artifacts. Not everybody got the same weapons. So just show your build. And then some people come in and be rude about your build. Also, as a new person on Woo, tons of people always join asking if I need help. And that's another thing. A lot of people do be asking for help, and that's also another thing. Even though I don't do co-op over on Woo, um, that's the one thing I did like the one time, even though it was like accidental. The person was okay with me accidentally coming into their world, and the fact that I was a higher level than them, and they let me chill and go get the stuff I needed. And and then also another thing along the way, because they let me go and get all the stuff I needed or all the materials all I wanted. And all I had to do was ask if I needed a domain, to go into. All I had to do was ask. You low key a diva. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. But the fact that along the way, I just went on and kind of like if I saw a chest, I kind of like opened it up for them. And that's the thing. Like, I done the challenge for them or whatever it is, or fought the monsters for them and stuff. And so, when they come through, they can just come back to that area. I said, hey, I opened, I saw a couple of chests along the way. I fought a couple of battles. Make sure you go and stop through and get that chest and stuff. And then they said, thanks, you didn't have to do that. And I said, no, that was my bad for coming up in your world by accident. That's the only thing I have a problem with. I play Woo on my phone. And so I did have done a couple of times of accidentally co-oping in somebody's world. So, not by fault of my own and stuff, but that's the one thing I do like about Wood that's pretty chill. It don't matter what low level or high level, everybody can get into everybody's world. You don't have to go through levels and upgrade and get high to try to get into somebody else's world. But also I do understand with sometimes, especially in co-op, thank y'all for the likes, especially in co-op, especially for Genshin, some people have started to be rude. That's kind of why one of the reasons I really don't co-op that much on Genshin anymore is just because a lot of people's stuff started to be rude, and even with the events where when I had the live yesterday, in co-op, sometimes people will leave you messages. Ganyu Cosplay now. Hey, it's been a long time. Oh, hey, Soul, what's up? Long time no see. I don't co-op in Genshin either. Yeah, I pretty much only have like really technically two people that I co-op with if and when they get on. But the problem is one of them is a world 8. So I would have to go on and up my world for me to be able to co-op with them. So they have to come to my world. I don't trust people in Coop, and that's understandable. I have no problem with it because I've had most of the people that was rude to me was actually in Coop. Like I literally had one person that kept saying, "You still level 45? How long you been level 45? You need to up your world. What you doing? I done this and that before I was level 57." And all this stuff, and it's just like I ain't got time to deal with that. Like, if you don't, just say you don't want to come to my world and be through with it. So, hold on. What we got? What we got? Hold on, y'all, for a minute. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. I got the puzzle of death. When TikTok trying to push you off, off. And even though I'm staring at the camera, I don't know if I had added you on Woo either. Probably not, cause I really haven't done like Woo content on here because, like I said, it's on my phone, and so I really haven't figured out on how you can do streaming from your phone like that to do Woo, but I do. Hold on. Let me see if I can get my. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. I can help. So far right now, I'm just kind of like chilling in Woodwood just to be kind of like having fun. I decided when I was gonna start Woodwood, that was just gonna be my straight up 100% exploration and chill. Like I didn't really kind of like care too much about all the stuff in Woo and doing the co-op stuff, you know. But if you need something, then I'm on. When I had Genshin, I used to coop and make friends, but they were rude because I was wasting their time. Yeah, that's also another reason. I kind of had to kind of cut out with the co-op on Genshin is because a lot of people would I always would be nice enough to like go and ask on materials. If y'all hear that noise, I'm logging in the Woo real quick to try to find my ID. uh, then you share a screen from a TikTok live on your phone and go on your own. Well, see, that's the thing. I don't really do Twitch. I do have a Twitch, but I just honestly the way they have done changes on Twitch and then where you can't you have to constantly be on Twitch and I just don't have that kind of time. Like with TikTok, I can come on either Friday or Saturday, whatever I'm doing, and I don't have to worry about coming on every day. With Twitch, you have to do a certain amount of hours, and Also, they made it to where you used to could do some content, and if you didn't get on live that week or the next week after, you could come back and people could still see your stuff. But they ended up changing it to where you have to put out new content every week. They delete your old content and you have to put out new content every week. And I'm just one of them people that it's whatever day I actually have time to do anything. But hold on, let me see, let me find it. Um mm, Hold on, let's see. All right, okay, hold on. Let me see if I could um uh I'll just if they'll let me reply to the last person. Hold on, let me see. Uh, that's my Woowa number. But like I said, I don't really co-op on Woowa. Like I have one or two people over there that'll just kind of like holler if they need some. But like I just do the quests. I do the quests. All the try to do as much of the events as I can, and kind of just chill over there. And I'm a Jin Yang man, by the way. I'm a Jin Yang man. That's from y'all. Y'all. I ain't some home now. Okay, cool. But I'm a Jin Yang man, so you'll be seeing a profile, Brent man. Yeah, I am currently actually I'm working on brand actually. It's not as great as I want to, but I'm getting there. That's my sorry. I'm working on them. I'm working on them. I'm working on them. I want to be a Phoebe man. Well, you they keep giving Phoebe a chance. They keep giving Phoebe a chance on banners and stuff. Um so probably if Phoebe will come up again because they really is pushing her to be on most of all the teams. So, but yeah. But like I said, don't get me wrong. I originally was going to try to do Twitch, but I just couldn't put in the energy like that. And then I'm more closer. Well, I'm not closer, but I got a chance more over on YouTube than anybody else. I got more of a chance to get over on YouTube if I could just get the watch time over there, and then I can get into the program over there. Hey, what's up? But I'm still trying to do stuff over on YouTube as well. Only downside is I'm not really getting I'm getting people coming through the lives, and I do have a conversation for a little bit, but it's not like through the entire live. So, but at the same time I don't really do a lot of I only do a live a week on YouTube, and I know that I need to end up doing more than that eventually. So I will try an experiment soon where I will be at least trying to do a live. And I only do my lives like 30 minutes. I don't do like I do over here on TikTok. Actually, TikTok be the one that I stay on the most because like it's a constant flow of people coming through. So I constantly can get people coming through alive, even if they just stop in for a few minutes. Thank you for the likes, much appreciated. Whereas, on YouTube, I do see like my few regulars, which I'm very happy to have, but it's like nobody stays in there but a few seconds, and then it's just you on zero and talking to yourself. For that whole time. Same thing with Instagram too. Like Instagram is really, really dead. And like I would literally have to like ask somebody to go live with me to try to get some ounce of traction in. Getting ready to add. Okay. Take your time. Like I said, I add. And bear with me, I'm trying to learn how to do all this stuff because I really don't, like I said, I don't really fool with the co-op side on Withering Waves. I just basically kind of like just go in, explore, do events. If I have enough to build on a character or start a build on one item, do it, and then I get back off. Unless it's something I really need to be do. Oh my god, level 79. Yeah, I'm a level 79. I'm almost there. I see. This is the thing. I tell you, I love exploration. I love exploration. I may not be able to get to 100%. I may not be able to get to 100% like I can in Genshin, but I can at least get 50% out of every area. At least 50% max. But yeah, hold on. Let me add you. All right, there you go. All right, there you go. I added you. And then also another thing, I am trying to get all my gaming stuff together because I got Genshin and Honkai Star Rail on my PC. I got Withering Waves on this phone because I did have it on PC, but it lagged so bad that I had to put it on phone, but it still from time to time will drop me, like completely kick me out the game. So I'm trying to eventually move this on to something else where I can play Withering Waves a little more steadily, and also eventually put Withering Waves on my YouTube content. So I'm slowly trying to work all this stuff out. It's just so much to do. And I'm also doing a little bit of did that light cut off? Yes, it did. I'm also doing a little bit of Cookie Run. I'm a returning player on Cookie Run. So kind of I check in. I just kind of check in, do dailies. If it needs something in guild stuff, I'll go on and do that. Then I kind of just pop back off. Unless it's a cookie I really really want, then I'll be on there long. I got to go. Love the cosplay. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you, Chicken Little. You have a good one. But yeah, you have a good one. And like I said, no words. I'm probably gonna be on for like another 30 minutes anyway. So I got like another 30 minutes or so. Yeah, roughly another 30 minutes anyway. Cause I do need to try to take some pictures to post on Instagram. I do forget to take pictures of myself in cosplay, so That's why I don't really post that much on Instagram because I just half of the time forget to post pictures. And like I said, with Instagram, it's just kind of like really super dry over there. So especially when it comes to lives, they really don't push your lives like they be pushing over here on TikTok. So I try to make sure that I stay in the place where I'm getting the most traction, but I do try from time to time to try to test over there every once in a while. I'll see if I had the energy to test over there for a while. If not, I ain't gonna worry about it. I might just post pictures. It's no big deal. Like I really want to focus. I'm still focusing here, but I would really like to focus on my YouTube since all I need is the 4,000 watch hours to try their program over there and stuff. But I'll be probably mostly doing more gaming on YouTube than I do cosplay over here. I'm doing cosplay over here, but I try to balance both out. But I do got about probably 4 more cosplay projects that I'm working on. Like I'm bringing back 2 cosplays. I'm working on an OC, and I do have one more idea, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get the rest of the materials I need to finish that out. And I was planning to do my Queen Beryl cosplay from Sailor Moon. That's one of my dream cosplays. That's dream cosplay number 20, the final one in my list. But I might have to wait till next year on that one just because materials then kind of got a little bit high, and also life is life. Cause like I said before, on my gaming live the other day or last week, I'm also looking for a second job. Um, second job so I can not only finish that project but just kind of like pay off some medical bills. Cause I had to take some time off from TikTok because I had some major surgery done, and then all that situation happened with my last account that got banned. So after all of that kind of went down, it was kind of like really hard for me to kind of try to come back to TikTok just because of all of that happening and stuff, and then trying to spend more time on my health. So I can't hit the ground running as much as I used to with cosplay, because I promise you, it wasn't just me doing one cosplay a week or something. I would pretty much be doing a cosplay every day if I had the time. Which I do want to plan something like that eventually, just for one last go of doing just a cosplay marathon of stuff. Just the only thing, I probably won't be able to go live. It'll just be a marathon of cosplaying. That's it. But yeah. But it's some other ideas I have going on. So we'll see. But I definitely have an idea for a OC and one more other cosplay. And then the Queen Barrel, unfortunately, I have to be on hold till next year, or if willing, the end of this year. So, cause the cosplay be really super expensive. So, not everybody can you know, get all of the projects. Don't get me wrong. It's a couple of other cosplays I would love to do, Like, I would love to do a Naxa cosplay. That's another person. I would love to do an Anaxa cosplay from Honkai Star Rail. And Himiko. Himiko was another one from Honkai Star Rail I would really love to do. Um, and then I would love to get into Withering Waves as a cosplay. But right now at the moment, I think the only person I would get into is my Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? What's going on? But I think the only person that I would do from Withering Waves is my main, which is Jin Yang at the minute. Because some of them cosplays for Withering Waves is, I mean, Genshin is expensive, but they really expensive. But how you doing? What's up? But yeah, they are really expensive as well. So we'll see. So I just have to see how my cosplay plans are for the future and how everything is working out and stuff. But I at least do have two cosplays that I'm gonna bring back. Ganyu and Tanari was just for fun because I love playing both of them. I liked it, Tanari and Ganyu anyway, so that was something I kind of wanted to do anyway. But I do have an idea for OC, and I might do a cosplay from another game too, but I'm not sure. I don't have everything, so I can't 100% say I'm gonna do that one. So I don't want to have everybody hyped up for something, and I don't have everything together. So I'll let y'all eventually know, or you'll see it when I do it. But yeah. And then, like I said, I do chill on Genshin. I'm kind of taking a break on Honkai till Finon comes out. I would have loved to get Cipher, but I don't think I'm gonna be remotely close to getting Cipher. So I might have to miss Cipher's banner just to get the final and Sunday, cause I'm gonna go for both of them. I'm going for both of them. And then on Within Waves, I'm actually gonna have to get on here and like grind for a couple of hours because I am still trying to get the Colia. I'm still trying to get her Kakania, the Bard girl. I'm still trying to get her, but it may be a chance I might not be able to get her. So, I could say I pretty much got every character I want in Woowa at this point. I'm good. I would have liked it to get her. And then, especially when they brought out the new introduction of a new another character that was given Lume from Honkai Star Rail, but mixed a little bit with Jin Yan, and also kind of like giving me a Blade feel from Honkai. So whenever that character come out, that will probably be the last character that I will kind of go for off of Woo. So, I'm still gonna try to see if I can get her, and if I can't get her, I ain't gonna make no big deal about it because I pretty much got everybody I done wanted. That's the one thing I can say about Woo. Woo is the fastest one I have ever got all of the characters I wanted. Honkai Star Rail will probably be second, Genshin third. because I pretty much got everybody, and like I said, the only other person on Woo I don't have is Yulin, and she's one of the OGs. And even when they had the rerun, I still didn't get her. So I lost. They say they got a 50-50. I lost it to Verdania, whatever her name is. I lost it to her, so I was kind of mad about that. So, so I'm hoping that I can try to get her character, but if I don't, I'ma save for that new character they just presented a couple of days ago. So I'll be saving up for him. But I can actually honestly say on Woo, I didn't got everybody I wanted. I didn't got everybody I wanted. So I'm good. And I think I gotta up my world one more time in Woo. I gotta up my world on Genshin one more time. And then, I think I'm maxed over on the other. Yeah, I'm maxed on. Yeah. So I gotta up my world on Rua and Genshin. Begrudgingly on Genshin because I really did not want to up my world on Genshin, but unfortunately I ain't got no choice but to do that. So yeah. But if anybody got any questions they want to ask, feel free. Like I said, I'm just kind of like chilling. I know I'm gonna get on Woo later, but I'm probably gonna have to hit Genshin. I'm probably gonna have to hit Genshin to at least do dailies and stuff, but eventually I'm gonna have to go on and just pick a day on Genshin and finish what quest I can think to get to. And I think also I had a lot of issues with what is it called? Hangouts. I'ma try to get that done, but I was trying to get some of them. I was trying to activate the scenario, and it just took for it just won't activate. So I got frustrated. But I'm hoping that maybe I can get that done too, so I can finish that out. Then once I do those, or if y'all say screw it, don't worry about it, I'm gonna go on and up my world. So probably in the next couple of months, I'll probably, or maybe a month or two. Please don't quote me. I changed like March winds. Uh, I'll probably up my world on Genshin, and then I will try to focus more on Woo just to kind of start actually building, because it's a lot of characters that I got, but I never did go on and build them, and now I need them. Preferably one of them is Camilla. I didn't I got her for just funsies, but now I'm realizing I'm actually gonna need her for Woo. So you know. So I have to see what I can do on that. But I'm eventually going to work my YouTube and just trying to see get into watch time. So hopefully I'm gonna be able to get watch time. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it with YouTube as far as watch time by the end of this year though. It's looking mighty iffy, but I'm still gonna give it a try. So I'm gonna work stuff out. So I'm gonna work it out though. But I'm currently, like I said, I'm gonna finish up on events. The other part of the event for Genshin. I don't have no problem with the co-op event, especially the ones where it don't have a chat to it on Genshin. As long as it don't have a chat to it, I'm fine. But I will try to eventually up my world in a couple of months. Don't quote me. Maybe end of the year, I'll try to up my world so I can be done with that. Same thing with Wool and stuff. But I'm a person that like to at least get 50% in all of my areas and locations of where my characters are. And just gone on and build my characters. So strictly pretty much Genshin and Wu, I'm working on characters building. I've already done all my characters pretty much for Withering Waves, at least getting them up to 8 to 10. So I'm done with that. And then, of course, I am playing a little bit of Cookie Run. I'm a returning player. We'll see how I can rotate everything out with that. So, um, I do hope to at least on here try to make an attempt to do a Cookie Run live. At least I'm gonna try to attempt to do something like that, but we'll see how that work out. I'm trying to currently move all my games. So once I move all my games, then I'll see what I can do with what games I can put out on here and over on YouTube. But I hope to try to get everything together. But I've pretty much gotten all the characters I wanted out of Genshin except for Ganyu, Tanari, and Chiori. And I did want Venti at one point just for funsies, but I did try on his banner, didn't get him, so that's kind of like the last four people I want in Genshin. And then, I pretty much got my characters everywhere else, so I'm pretty much good on characters and taking a break from most of them. I will though get Finon and if they still doing the Fate Stay collab over on Honkai Star Rail, then I'm gonna try to attempt to get Saber. I'm gonna try to get Saber because I want to get them because I think they gonna be on the banner and you gonna get Archer for free. You gonna get Archer for free. So, but then you got Finon and Sunday. So they got a lot of they finna go smushing banners together. As far as I can skip who's coming next on here and once again Cypher, not sure on Honkai, but I might try and attempt to get her, but I'm trying to save for Finon and Sunday. So that's pretty much all I have going on for like character wise for Genshin stuff. And like I said, still doing my cosplays and stuff and trying to do gaming. But eventually after I get all of the cosplays, which I would say about 4 or 5 more cosplays too that I've already done before, I'm gonna bring back. But I have 5 more cosplays I want to do. That's including Tanari, which is coming up next. I don't know if I'll be able to do a live, but I'll try to get something together. But I will do a game in live though. So Tanari will be up next. But if anybody else have any questions, I am fixing to end the live soon. So last call, all y'all. If you have any questions, it don't have to be about it could be about anime as well because I do like having a friendly anime discussion. Let me put it like that. A friendly anime discussion, please. Cause I'm like, apparently people, when I talk about anime, apparently I get people heated and it just ends up in me getting cussed out. Just because I like to have my anime facts straight. But I love some of the anime that's going on right now. But there are a few that's really good, but kind of like questionable. I'm kind of like getting tired of the harem troop right now, which is kind of like getting on my nerves a little bit. I kind of like ready for like some other kind of stuff. I am kind of just now got to start looking at the T-bait. I think it is. Everybody talking about they mad and wanted them to redo their animation. I have looked at some of the manga, and yeah, I can kind of see a little bit why. But so far, right now, it's pretty good for the action and stuff that it is and stuff. But I decided I'm gonna wait till it's like completely done so I can, cause I like to binge watch my anime. Like I'd rather just wait till all of it's done, and also I'm a person that like to make sure my anime is gonna have a full amount of episodes, full amount of manga, and stuff. I used to be them people that like would look at mangas, and get them weekly and all that other stuff, and wait to the next one. But since so many ones end up getting cut or discontinued, I just decided, I got to the point the same way with my anime. Until they actually fully have all their episodes, I ain't gonna watch it. But besides that one, and Apothecary Diaries, which I kind of decided to also hold off and just let that get done. While a lot of people are like really excited for the Apothecary Diaries, um, I'm not really interested in the later part that's currently going on with the Mau Mau getting kidnapped and stuff. It kind of lost my interest with me at that point right there. So I'm trying to wait till that part get done and they pick back up where the folks find Mau Mau and all that stuff. So that's why I'm kind of like holding off on that one. And I don't think I have anything else currently right now in animated like catching my interest at the minute. So but I'm still also reserving my judgment. Like I'm waiting on a couple of stuff to get done. I did start out strong though with the Hero X. That was kind of like actually neat. I hadn't checked up on the rest of it though. I've been too busy. But anyways, but I do love anime stuff too, so it ain't just cosplaying and gaming for me, but that's what my main two I'm doing so far right now. And I do a little bit of drawing as well, but I'm actually getting back into drawing again. Hopefully on that uh, motivation block, but I hope to get back into doing a little bit on the art side, just a little bit. So, might not do as much drawings, but a few on here, just a few, if I had the time. But if anybody got any questions they like want to ask me, last call, all y'all. I am finna end the live and get off and go and get me something to eat. But I'll make sure I take my pictures first, so I won't forget that. And I'll post those on Instagram when I get a chance. They may not be perfect, but I'm going ahead. But if anybody got any questions, feel free to ask. I'm fixing to end the live. I appreciate everybody giving likes, and thank y'all so much for helping coming through and showing some love. Everybody take care and have a good one. I am fixing to end the live. Everybody take care. Have a good one, everybody.